It's that time again. It's time for another Saturday night special where we talk about everything rockhounding related. I've came to the conclusion that I am a very spoiled person. You're a spoiled person. We as lapidaries, amateur mineralogists, rockhounds, we are all extremely spoiled with what we have access to today. And it's to the point where it's almost hard to imagine what it was like not having these things. Not having the ability to research endlessly on the internet and books and magazines and you name it. We have an abundance of things, and it is without a doubt the easiest time to be into some of these things. I have a lot of this can be traced back to one thing. Modern lapidary as we know it today in America starts here. This is Lapidary Journal, Volume 1, Number 1, from 1947, April 1947. Approximately 1,000 of these were produced, sold as that's so shiny. Sold as pre-subscriptions. And before this, you had Rock and Mineral Magazine and the Mineralogist. But they didn't, and they touched on some lapidary aspects, but you didn't have much, okay? There were some books out there, but this is what started it off. Today, modern lapidary as we know it started here. There's some information out there about gems, and people did lapidary. However, when I say modern lapidary as we know it, it used to really be a process of jewelry makers and apprenticeship and learning in that way. This is the first publication on this hobby that we share here and we explore here on this channel as we know it. Before this, it was tough. It was tough. This is, of course, the publication that Leland Quick started, and I have recently been reading some personal histories, some personal accounts of what it was like before this. And it was bleak. It was bleak. You know, there was not the free exchange of information that we had. Communities didn't exist. This here started modern lapidary clubs, lapidary societies, rock clubs. Many of you watching this are probably in a rock club. It would not have been probably where it was at without Leland starting this. All the other publications that came after were really riding on the coattails of this. So I'm very happy to have this and kind of, I guess, explore my own privilege in how great we have it these days. And I continuously come back to this as a subject because as I go through this process of learning things, I find myself to be humbled. Humbled in how good we have it. This past week, well actually yesterday, which would be Friday the 8th, we went to our first rock show of the season. There is a club north of here in Northeast Washington. I want to say, the rock show is in Colville, but I don't think the club is based out of Colville. Are they in Arden? I believe it's Arden. And that would be the Panorama Rock and Gem Club's show. That's what we went to yesterday. I did not take any video. It's a little show. It's small. And I feel a little uncomfortable going and recording and talking out loud and, you know, the cameras and all that stuff. We did take some photos of the show, and there are some excellent cases. Now, the club up there has a great, for being a small club, mind you, they have a great website. They have a great newsletter. I've read every newsletter they have on their website, and if you're in Northeast Washington, I would implore you to go read it as well. It's excellent. But it's cool to go to these shows, look at these display cases. There's some fantastic stuff, some great vendors selling crystals. There's even somebody there selling some high-end minerals. I didn't, but we didn't buy anything. I have like heaps and heaps of rock, but it's interesting to think that this right here, this Lapidary journal, kind of created the environment where something like that show can exist and thrive over a long period of time. I don't know. It's just it's like this kind of completion of a circle for me, and I enjoy it. That was a good show. The shows still go today, which is Saturday the 8th. Or wait, no. Yesterday was Friday the 8th. Today's Saturday the 9th. I hope they had a fantastic show. And we're approaching show season out here in the Pacific Northwest. So that is cool to see. And we have many more shows to come, including the one here in Spokane, Washington. As you start to read things over a long period of time, you start to notice these arcs. And I believe we're experiencing an arc of, well, of something new and exciting. These are my UV lights, okay? Now, here on this YouTube channel, we can go back. I'm not going to pull the video. You trust me. We can go back. When I got my very first UV light, years and years ago, at that point in time, the whole concept of shortwave LED handheld UV lights, and especially midwave wasn't even really a thing anybody was talking about, but just the shortwaves were technology that existed, but it wasn't really obtainable. I mean, lights were hundreds and hundreds of dollars, you know, like, I can't even remember, like $350, and the reviews weren't great. The technology just was not there as it is today. And the fact that we can go out and we can buy a light now for 80 bucks, 100 bucks, that performs excellent, that can have long run times, ginormous batteries in it that hold a great charge and can explore. Look at these. Like, you know, the fact that this exists is awesome. So we've seen progress just in the short lifespan of this YouTube channel. So where are we going to be in another 10 years? You know? Brighter lights, more adjustable lights. I would say multi-wavelength will be kind of the next piece of tech that we see as far as the UV exploration of rocks and minerals goes. And, you know, it could be even something like you tap these end caps here, and it can cycle between multiple LEDs that are in the same housing. Something like that. I think that is going to happen someday, which, man, at the rate we're going, someday's going to be here quite quickly. If only Leland was still alive to see some of the progress that has been made, due in large part because of the culture that he started that snowball rolling with. It would be unrecognizable, almost unrecognizable. After the Panorama show, which was awesome, by the way, great people over there, we went and checked out something that I had never seen before, and it was the sharpening rock. So almost everybody, well, I can't say everybody, but the vast majority of things that you see on the internet, people have been like, Native American artifacts. It's bunk. It's like a misinterpretation of what people have. This is not the case. This rock right here, we're within the National Park Service's Lake Roosevelt boundaries, and this is so I assume this is very legit. This rock is what Native Americans that were fishing there would use to sharpen their spear points, which is kind of cool. All the grooves on it. It's a very nice, fine-grained piece of ambelite, and I thought that was cool. You know, like I'm always impressed by how little we've really explored. We've done a lot of exploration in the greater Northeast Washington area, and we come across stuff like this. I'm like, that's really cool. That's really cool. I don't know. I wanted to share it. It was a good day. Spring is in the air. And when I say spring, I mean like it's not bitterly cold. So it was very nice to get out, walk around with Sarah and the dog, look at the lake, which Lake Roosevelt is not, it's a reservoir. It's a big old reservoir, very long. But yeah, just to get out and go to the show, check out some stuff. And yeah, you know, the abundance of information. The abundance of information is just mind-blowing. Now, unfortunately, we talked about this here on the another Saturday night special. Hans, who wrote this book, he passed away, unfortunately, but I did manage to acquire his other books. So Rock Treasures of Oregon is an incredible book. If you are in any way interested in Oregon, the material within Oregon, this is a book that you need to try to locate. And really, I would say that you need to try to locate all of the things that I'm going to show you here. You're not going to probably find that. That's like that's Unobtainium. I don't know if Unobtainium has IMA status, but I give it that. The fact that these exist is just goes back to what I was talking about all of us being spoiled. Hans dedicated his life to these subjects of material from the Pacific Northwest, things like jasper and agate of the California Coast Range. I had no idea, everybody. I had no clue how impressive, okay, how impressive the material is that comes out of the California Coast Range. Like, obviously these are like all the most museum grade examples, like the best of the best, but like I would be happy with, you know, stuff that's like a fraction of that. I'm sorry about the glare. A fraction of that, and yeah, I would locate these. Now, Hans's daughter is running his website and selling these books. I will put a link down there to them. I also picked up his other book, Picture Jaspers of the Northwest, which is a beautiful publication. All three of these are beautiful publications. And Picture Jasper is, how to say it? How to describe this? It is some of the most beautiful material, some of the most underrated material for how high quality it is and can be, and people that are into it are very, very into it. But so he really goes in depth in some of these localities, talking about them, but it's a lot of photos, which is awesome because some of this stuff can look so similar, and it's very nice to be able to learn from somebody that is, without a doubt, an expert in the field of picture jaspers, especially coming out of the Owahis. Did I say we're spoiled? I'm definitely spoiled, probably more than you. But yeah, very cool to see, very cool. Continuing along with our episode here of how spoiled we all are. I gotta make some room here. An excellent mine is opening up once again, and that would be the Wild Turkey Mine out here in northeast Washington, outside of Valley, Washington, which is a serpentine mine. We've done videos out there before. It is some spectacular material, and I would like to share, well, some of the varieties that come out of that mine and northeast Washington in general. Now, here is a piece from the Wild Turkey, which we have a little matte finish on it, but this is I would say rather nice. We have some is it magnesiochromite? That's the black bits. Magnesiochromite inclusions. You can get pieces like this. I gotta wet this. Okay. This piece here has magnesite inclusions, that red magnesite. Very beautiful. I don't have any piece out here to share with you, but it can also have copper sulfates in it, which gets like some nice blue hues to it, which looks fantastic. And then also just like some pieces I got some little ones here that will be an extremely bright green. You know, like, this is the stuff that they're very known for. This very neon green lime serpentine, which is absolutely incredible. There's another piece with some of those spots in it. The variety is epic. Now, also this piece. Check this piece out. That's a good one. That actually, maybe some of you noticed this is standing up usually in the back. And we have some more light colors to it, but we have more of those bits of magnesiochromite throughout it, which is cool. I've been learning a lot about serpentine lately, and I have two more pieces that I would like to share with you. This piece right here, which is from Northeast Washington, very deep green. Okay, very cool. I like well, we got well, not the best polish. I haven't. That's like a very matte finish, but these are pieces that I did early on, years and years ago. Probably repolish them. That's a piece from out here, and then this is a piece from outside of OMAC. And up there in the upper corner there, we have some muscovite inclusions, which is cool. I need to, well, two things need to happen at some point here. I need to get down to Southern Oregon, go hang out with Andrew, Rogue Rockhound, because he's getting into some serpentine down there and bowenite and other stuff. Go check, once you're done here, I would go watch some of his serpentine videos. He's got some great stuff up there. I'll link, throw a link here to that. And then also, he needs to come up here because we have a bunch of serpentine varieties up here that he doesn't have. We need like a serpentine bowenite rockhounding exchange program. But once again, that's another thing that we can get back into, like being spoiled. We're all kind of spoiled here in comparison to what it was like pre, like 1947, you know? We just have so much available information, and you can find people like Andrew, or, you know, whatever. You find people like Hans and learn these things. Well, that's all I have for you. I'm looking forward to the future rock shows. Thanks for coming by, hanging out with me in the shop, listening to what I have to say. And with that said, we will leave this one here. Go check out the website, currentlyrockhounding.com, and I will catch you in the next video.